This episode of the ResortLoop.com podcast is brought to you by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Joffrey's is proud to be the official specialty coffee of Disney. Enjoy drinks and pastries at Joffrey's kiosks throughout the parks and check out the Disney Specialty Coffee Collection only at Joffreys.com.
Hi, this is the Barnes family calling from the 20th Annual Epcot Food and Wine Festival, and you're listening to the ResortLoop.com podcast with Bob and Tim, or is it Tim and Bob?
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The body of water that you see to the right of our forward motion is the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon is a man-made creation that took 3 years and the removal of millions of cubic yards of earth to complete.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is episode 259. You found ResortLoop.com. We are the gateway to the magic, and the show starts now.
Question is, why were you looking? If you found us, why were you looking?
Exactly. Why were you looking? And actually, the show started, way back when we had that open. From the Barnes family. Thank you very much, guys. That's awesome.
Absolutely. How about that? That was, we love hearing from you guys in the park, but you don't have to be in the park.
You don't have to be. No, absolutely not.
Shoot us a show open. Our good pals over the pond, the original Bing Bongers, Ben and Ava. They're going to be in the park soon, but they send us show opens from their the luxury of their own home. So how would they do that, Tim?
Well, you could either email it to tim@resortloop.com, bob@resortloop.com, or we have that lovely Looper phone line. Area code 414.
WDW.
Loop.
That's so cool.
I know. Who'd have thought?
You did. That's who.
Well, I don't know about that. Oh,
you are the brains behind this organization.
Don't blame me, mister. Don't blame me.
I am just riding the coattails, and
good Lord, don't be back there.
When the attorneys show up, I had no knowledge of any of this at the time.
Go back, and you've been edited out of all the shows miraculously somehow.
I know one thing. I have not received any cease and desist orders from Disney yet. So
not from Disney. From some listeners and maybe some other podcasters, we've received some C&Ds.
Yeah, and that girl from high school. Anyway,
that was a restraining order. Who you fooling?
Anyway, Tim, before we get started with the show, is this going to be like a potpourri kind of show?
It is. We're going to talk about a few different little things and wrap it up and have a good old show. I love it.
Excellent.
Just some of my favorites. Just hit on a bunch of topics.
We're just going to hit on a bunch of stuff. A lot of this stuff you guys probably already know about if those of you that really follow what's going on at Disney Company, Disney Parks, and such. One of the things that I wanted to touch on real quick is in November, Disneyland is getting Spider-Man.
I saw that.
It has begun. Wow.
Diabolical.
Save that for the Halloween show.
Oh, I love recording in the mornings.
We are both highly caffeinated, so you're in trouble, folks. Superhero Headquarters is coming to Disneyland, which is going to be very, very cool. I can't wait to check that out next time I go out to Disneyland. You get to tour the treasures of Asgard. You get to come face to face with Thor, which is going to be kind of cool. Virtually suit up as Iron Man in the Hall of Armor at Iron Man. It's going to be kind of cool. You get to see Spider-Man outside of that other place that he used to hang out, but he got wise and has moved on.
That is awesome. I just hope it's not like a real Spider-Man outfit and not some guy in like underoos.
No, you're not allowed to go to Disneyland.
Oh, come on. I can wear underoos. I just can't wear them west of the Mississippi River, is apparently how that contract was read.
That is true. Yeah, we're stuck with you.
I pity the Eastern United States.
Yeah, so do we. So that was kind of cool. I like that. And then, of course, Disney World, down at Disney World, Disney's Boardwalk, they announced last week as well that the Flying Fish Cafe is going to be reimagined in 2016. So starting at the end of January of 2016, it's going to shut down, and they're going to reimagine it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be, they're saying that it's going to be a whole new look, but that the onstage kitchen will still be there, but it's going to be an airier design.
Same name? They'll stay the Flying Fish? I think
they haven't said that they're going to change the name.
I can't see them changing it. Like that's very popular. People love the Flying Fish. Joffrey's makes a Flying Fish blend.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's just a redesign of the restaurant.
That's pretty much what I'm getting out of it. New menu, though. They're going to have a new menu. So
okay.
Did you ever eat it, Flying Fish? I didn't get a chance to.
I'll be honest, the name kind of keeps us away because a lot of my family's not into the fish.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah.
But I'd love to go. I'm sure they have great steaks there. You can't have a fish place not also have great steaks for, people don't care for fish. So.
Right. So that's a couple of things that were in Disney news last week, but wanted to touch on those. We'll have some. Occasionally, we'll do that. We're not a big news organization.
There's not a whole lot of new restaurants opening down in Disney, so this is really good news.
Yeah, really.
You're not hearing new restaurants every week down there. My gosh, that's awesome.
Which is good. I mean, that's and again, I don't have a problem with them shutting things down as long as they're opening other things up. So
right.
You can keep the flow kind of going. It's when they shut everything down.
Exactly.
Disney Hollywood Studios.
Well,
that it's like, wait a minute.
Do not look to the left of the park at all. Just go to the right.
Just go.
Draw your eyes over to the other side of the park.
Just go to the front of the park, and then you can go home.
You got to wonder if these, that restaurant renovation they're doing, is to keep pace with Disney Springs. You got all the new restaurants down there are going to be fresh and new, and they're thinking,
Yeah. I can't remember when was the boardwalk open. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, that's been, I want to say, was that late 80s? Do I need to Google?
Late 80s, early 90s. I mean, we're
somewhere in there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
you keep talking, while you're Googling, I will search.
While you're Googling,
I'll get the interns on that.
I am. We have interns.
Shh. You probably hear them typing right now.
I thought you had them out cleaning the fountain.
They should be.
Anyway.
Gotta get the antifreeze in that.
Yeah, that's coming. While you're Googling, I'm going to give you a few of This Day in Disney History, Tim, from, of course, our friends over at thisdayindisneyhistory.com. Check that out. It's a great site. Bear, in 1997, one of my kids' favorites, my daughter's favorites, and we love this show. On the Disney Channel, Bear in the Big Blue House debuts from, of course, the Jim Henson Company.
Oh, yes.
Bear was there, Tutter, Trilo, Pip, Pop. It was fantastic. We just absolutely loved Bear in the Big Blue House. That was back in 1997. We're sneaking up on 20 years.
Yes.
Hard to believe on that one. Then we're going backwards in time, so we're going to go from 1997 to 1983.
Oh, yeah. That was a great year for 80s music.
It was also a great year for Disney's animated shorts. One of my absolute favorite shorts and really movies, all animated Disney cartoons of all time. 1983, Disney's Mickey's Christmas Carol was released in the UK. Of course, that's an adaptation of Charles Dickens' classic Christmas Carol, and featured Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge, Mickey Mouse as Bob Cratchit, and Donald Duck as Fred Honeywell, Ebenezer's nephew. So absolutely loved that movie.
Wow. Also in 1983, the number one song was Every Breath You Take by the Police. Come on, that was a great year for music. You had some Michael Jackson. You had Daryl Hall and John Oates, Hall & Oates. Dexy's Midnight Runners, Duran Duran. Oh, come on.
Oh, speaking of Duran Duran.
Oh,
my son lost it the other night. We watched James Bond.
Oh, yes.
A View to a Kill.
Uh-huh.
The headlining song, A View to a Kill, sung by Duran Duran.
Yes. Lead singer, Simon Le Bon. Don't ask how I know that right away. However, as long as we're in the retro machine, I will tell you.
Okay.
July 1st, 1996.
96?
96, the boardwalk opened.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's due. I mean, we're at 20 years. It's due for a little refurb, or as you like to call it, a rehab.
No, I don't. So let's not go there. Oh, my goodness.
And finally, Tim.
Yes.
In 1965, I was just a young lad. In 1965.
You were just a wee one.
I was a wee one. As Disney has secretly purchased much of the land needed to build some new Florida theme park and resort.
I can't wait to see it.
We don't know. News of the project was leaked to the Orlando Sentinel.
Those fools.
The day after, on October 21st, land prices probably went through the roof.
I'm sure.
Around those 46 square miles that Disney purchased. So there you go. Those are just some of the things that happened on this day in Disney history.
I love it.
So, Tim.
Yes, Bob.
Other than talking about your glory years in the 80s.
Well, I was there. I wouldn't call them my glory years. I'm still waiting for some kind of glory years. I'm waiting for the year of Tim.
You're waiting to peak? You haven't peaked yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't peaked. Let's hope.
All right.
Oh, good Lord. Let's hope.
There are bigger and better things out there for you, my friend.
I'm sure. Oh, awesome.
As soon as you shake me loose and move on.
Oh, yeah, that's what's holding me back.
What are we going to talk about today?
Today, we have an exciting segment from a super blogger of our blogging team. Local down there. You've heard him. You know him. Sean Woosley.
Fish Sean Woo?
Fish Sean Woo has sent us a, what would you call it, Bob? Would you call it a wrap-up? An overview? It's pretty in-depth.
He's big. He's a huge on the whole Commando style approach to Disney touring.
Yes, he's telling us the right way to do something we talked about in a show a few ago.
Right. And so he is giving us his Commando style approach to touring 4 parks in one day. So, Tim, why don't you roll that beautiful bean footage, as they say.
Excellent. Sean, here you go.
Hey, Tim and Bob and Tim, it's Fish Sean Woo, live from Orlando, Florida. I'm not calling you from the parks today, but that's okay. And even worse, I don't have everybody's favorite looper, G-Woo, with me, but that's okay also. Hey, I'm calling you in reference to episode 248. Great episode, guys. A lot of great tips. You mentioned my name a few times, so I figured I'd give you guys a call in and give you some more tips. Maybe your Looper Nation listeners can pick up some more tips. G-Woo and I have done 4 parks in one day, probably 4 or 5 times. We're actually going to do it November 1st, the week of November 1st again. So if any of the Looper Nation's going to be down in Orlando and want to join us, feel free, hit me up on Twitter. So I'll go through what we would do 4 parks in one day. First thing, rope drop. Rope drop where? Magic Kingdom. Imperative for everything. Rope drop is the linchpin to starting your day for a almost perfect strategy. For example, this past Sunday, we rope dropped Magic Kingdom. We were through the touch points probably by about 8:20. The area in front of the train station filled up relatively quickly. It was pretty busy for a day when most of the kids are back home, tourists are gone, and school's in session. But nonetheless, there were so many people there that the Magic Kingdom actually opened up at 8:40, so we got 20 minutes of extra time before most people even thought it's opened. So And that Sunday, we ended up doing 14 attractions by 1:30. So from 8:40 to 1:30, we did 14 attractions. The only ones we missed were Jungle Cruise, which was closed down because it was lightning, and Mine Train because I just wasn't going to wait in a 50-minute wait for that ride. But we did everything else. We did the fast passes for the 3 mountains. I actually hashtagged the whole sequence on hashtag Commando Approach on Twitter, so if you want to look it up and see the exact sequence Jiwoo and I took that day. But for the 4 parks in one day, go to the Magic Kingdom first. I would recommend that you drive your own car, but I guess it's not imperative. I think that the transportation system's probably going to hog up 2 hours of your day going to the 4 parks, but if you have an opportunity to rent a car or drive your own car, I would definitely recommend that. Jiwoo and I obviously take our own car because we're only 30 miles away and we're not staying at any of the resorts. So after the Magic Kingdom, I would say do what you can until about noon, maybe 1 o'clock, then head on over to Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom usually closes at 5, so the key to going to Animal Kingdom next is all the people that rope dropped Animal Kingdom, it's a half-day park, we all know, probably are leaving by 1, 2 o'clock, so you'll pretty much have the park all to yourself. Not too many people are going to go to the park that late in the day knowing it closes at 5. So at Animal Kingdom, I would try to do Everest, Kali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safaris, Primeval Whirl maybe, but actually Primeval Whirl's under refurb right now. After that, I would head out of Animal Kingdom probably around 5 when it closes down. Head on over to Hollywood Studios. I would fast pass Hollywood Studios. Try to do your fast passes for Rock and Roller Coaster, Star Tours, and Tower of Terror. Head out of Hollywood Studios probably around 7 or 7:30. Get on over to Epcot at 8. That puts you in Future World while everybody's around the lake getting ready for Illuminations. So knock out as many attractions in Future World while everybody else is waiting for Illuminations. Journey to the Imagination should be a walk-on. Living Seas with Nemo and Friends should be a walk-on. Living with the Land should be a walk-on, although it's closed for refurb. Soarin', I have no idea, probably a half-hour test track, probably a half an hour, right around 8:30. So that'll get you to 4 parks in one day. You can even walk after you go on a couple of attractions at Epcot, head on towards World Showcase and watch Illuminations, and then head on back to your resort. So that's how I would do it. So if you guys want to listen to the Commando Approach, it's hashtag Commando Approach on Twitter, and you can see our sequence for this past Sunday, 14 attractions in 4 hours. I also wanted to say I'm on a new podcast, wdwnavigators.com. We have a group of 5 individuals. We have a former cast member, Chris, our host, who used to be a Jungle Cruise skipper on the world-famous Jungle Cruise, and also a driver on the Kilimanjaro Safaris. We have Susie. She's our travel agent. She has a segment called The Fast Pass to the News, Susie Q's Fast Pass to the News. We have Rob, our producer. He's the technical guy in the whole group. Anyways, he just got married at WDW a couple years ago. He's a WDW junkie. And then we have Keith, Disney Thanksgiving on Twitter, and he comes down to the parks from Pennsylvania, and he stays at the resorts every Thanksgiving. I think he's been doing it for 10 or 15 years now. So, and then you have me, the Fish Man, Fish Sean Woo, trying to provide some comedy relief. So give us a listen when you're done listening to the Resort Loop podcast, of course, because it's always number one. And we can be found at www.wdwnavigators.com. Our podcast is on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes. And remember, after you listen to the Resort Loop podcast, always go get yourself a cup of Joffrey's Coffee, the official sponsor of the Resort Loop podcast. All right, thanks, Tim and Bob and Tim. Hey, before I go, I just wanted to thank you guys for all your work. I've listened to all 250 episodes. You guys are at a major milestone. I can't wait to listen to episode 500, 750, and 1,000. Who knows where the show will go from there. Keep up the good work, guys, and thanks for having me on and having me share my 4 parts in one day approach to the Looper Nation. Fish Sean Woo out. See you guys.
Sean, thank you very much. Bob, he nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what Looper Nation needs. Sean's down there all the time. So he knows he's hit all of these parks in one day. He's done the Commando style approach multiple times, so he knows what works. Very happy that he has found some friends on WDW Navigators to do a little show for.
Very exciting.
With. And, they do a
guys.
really good job. They're a lot of fun as well. And we wish them all of the luck and prosperity.
Absolutely. I feel like they're part of
2016.
It's like a Resort Loop podcast network.
Yeah.
He's going out on his own.
So,
I love it.
I love it too, and we wish him all the best and those guys over there. So give them a listen, WDW Navigators.
Yep.
.com. Check them out. And I was a little disturbed that he thinks we're going to make 1,000 shows. Does he know about the holiday-thon coming up? Because I think you're planning something like 1,000 shows and
would I do something like that? Does Sean know us that well? He might.
5.
My gosh, how awesome is that? I will say we did nail the very first thing he mentioned. You have to do rope drop at the Magic Kingdom. That is the key.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because if you try and start at a different park, the Magic Kingdom's going to kind of backlog you. You're going to get stuck. And
have your own car. He was right. Have your own car, whether it's rented or your own. Transportation is just going to slow you down.
Absolutely. So check out Sean's Commando-style trips on some of our older episodes, just specifically for the Magic Kingdom as well. And like I said, check those guys out at WDW Navigators. Good guys. Sean, great guy. Thank you so much, Sean. Missing G-Woo, I got to admit.
Yeah.
Not getting to hear from G-Woo. I mean, Sean's okay.
But, yeah, he's all right. You know.
Yeah. Who's running that house?
Exactly. We want the boss.
So thanks again, Sean. Tim, what else? You got something else?
I got something else. Another SuperLooper, Jeff Stillwagon. Been talking to him a little bit online. He has a little question here he'd like to throw out. I think I'd just throw it out. It'd be something fun to discuss.
Yeah, we're not going to answer questions. So that's it.
He has a crazy question for you. I'm going to read it for you. He says, would you work for the Disney company on Black Friday for just that one day, no other time of the year, at any Disney store or Walt Disney World shops on property, knowing what comes with the Black Friday shoppers? Your perks will be discounts on Disney products, free food they provide all day. I'm imagining while you're working there, and earning
what kind of food? What kind of food are we talking about?
I think it's probably a Mickey bars. I'm guessing. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably not. Mickey bars and Dole Whips.
That's it. We just got to keep you sugared
up. That's it. Just go.
Okay,
and earning a paper paycheck sent from the Disney company itself in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. So, Bob, my question to you, would you work for that one day a year, giving those perks he mentioned right there?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
At the Disney store?
Absolutely.
Or at the parks? Where would you work?
Well, I can't get down to the parks, unfortunately. I would, unfortunately, our Disney stores are closed around here. They've got a few up in Cleveland.
That's what I told them.
I'd have to travel to.
You would not travel to Cleveland. Who are you kidding?
But I'm not driving to Cleveland anymore. Listen, here's the deal. When I found out the perks that the Disney store folks used to get, I don't know if they still get them anymore, when Disney owned them. I think Disney owns them again now, don't they?
I think so.
They take them back? I believe so.
I think it was a children's place that they sold them to or was operating them for a while.
Right. I wanted my wife to go work there just for the perks. Forget about, the fact that she was going to have to work. That was, she could handle that.
Well, you're kind of a slave driver at home, aren't you? Wow.
I am.
Get out there and work.
We were going to, if you're going to go to work, why not go to work where you're going to get some perks like
bring Bob some money,
tickets and things like that.
That's true.
Discounts. Well, that was when the kids were little and we were buying stuff like crazy at the Disney store anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So, a little discount there, some park tickets back then. I don't know if they still do that, but I would do that. I think that would be kind of fun. I'm not a big Black Friday guy.
Oh gosh, no.
I value my life. I don't want to go out there.
Those people are hardcore.
So, I could be a bouncer. I could be a bouncer at the Disney store. Yeah.
I don't think they have many bouncers.
I'll hold the.
There's a flaw
I'll hold
too.
the velvet rope.
Two flaws with that. One, you couldn't be a bouncer, and two, they don't have a bouncer.
Come on, don't me.
I've seen your arms. You cannot be a bouncer. They have big, Oh my gosh!
Wow. Why you gotta hate?
I gotta hate. I'm well caffeinated.
I know you are. But I just want to be the guy at the velvet rope. Can I just do that?
Yeah, why not?
At the velvet rope. That's all I'm saying.
That would be fantastic.
But yeah, I think it would be just crazy cool. It would be fun to see all those people and break up the fights over the Buzz Lightyear dolls and
pulling on both sides of the poo plushes.
Right. Back off, people. Back off. There's enough Olaf to go around. Everybody back up. Back up. Yeah, I do it. I think I do it. What about you?
I don't think I would do it unless I could maybe get a bunch of passes for a discount that day, possibly. That would have to be it for me. I just don't like it. Not the Disney store. I just don't like that many people pushing and shoving. And I mean, most people are very polite, and they're out to enjoy kind of the atmosphere of the shopping on Black Friday.
Yeah.
But you got those couple hardcore people that, man, they're just in there like linebackers.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not talking about
and not Cleveland linebackers, like actual NFL linebackers, that are actually tearing up the place and doing damage. I'm sorry.
They're distracting. They're distracting you over here by causing damage while everybody else is running over here, grabbing the most sought out Disney merchandise at the moment. So, what do you think the most sought out Disney thing is going to be this year? What do you think it's going to be?
Well, I don't know if you saw it. I was at the grocery store and I pulled up a can of frozen canned corn for the movie Frozen and Anna Elsa on it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's step back a second. Wait a minute. A can. Did you just say a can of frozen canned corn? Where are you shopping? I've seen bags of frozen corn.
Exactly.
But I didn't know they put the cans in there too.
No,
Why
Frozen.
would they do that?
The movie was on the canned corn. They had actually put frozen characters.
Can.
And I know I Instagrammed it said, was corn in the movie? And I wish I had his name. I don't have it with me. Someone wrote back, it'd make more sense if it was frozen corn. I was like, absolutely, that's hilarious.
I got you.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, Frozen movie, Anna and Elsa, corn.
Okay, that's Claire. You got to clarify that.
I'm sorry. Oh, good Lord.
I'm gonna say the big thing is going to be something. It's got to be something Star Wars. Whatever they come out with just prior, during the release of the movie, and then it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, there's some product out there they're holding back because the movie doesn't come out to Christmas Day, doesn't it? Is it Christmas Day it comes out?
Is it? No, is it?
Is it before that? I don't know.
Let
me get the interns back on that.
Get the Olaf, our intern Olaf.
That's right.
Get on that.
He's dripping over here behind me. December 18th. Yeah, so it's a week before.
Yeah.
But still, you got to have the merch out there before that.
It'll be out there, and it's going to go quick.
Yes.
Look how fast those BB-8s or whatever those things were, the little robots. Those things went like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah, and those, what was it, the little drone Millennium Falcons.
Millennium Falcon, yeah. I saw one of those. I still want one.
I want one, but it would just sit around after a while. It just looks cool.
I would break it right away. I was one of those kids, I'd open up my presents, break it, open up the next present, and so on. It just kept going.
Oh, is there also a drone? What do they call it? The Imperial ships.
Oh, the Star Destroyers?
Really? No, is there? If there's not, there should be. Can you imagine kids flying those around into each other in the living room? I think that's going to come out.
Falcon went in between them. That would be all right. I'd like that.
I will predict that will be a gift for this Christmas, even if it's not released yet.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
How about a plush Jar Jar Binks? Would that be all right?
Wow, it'd look a lot like Goofy.
Yeah, exactly. Just buy your kid a Goofy plush and tell him it's Jar Jar Binks. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think it's going to be some Star Wars stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Frozen's going to still be, I'm sure, for those little girls, it's going to be huge. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. But I would not mind being in there. The perks are okay, but it would be fun to work for Disney just one day at least. Yeah, just to see what that would be like.
It would be. I wouldn't do it, but.
Coward.
Hey, I can't afford to put a paycheck on the wall without cashing it.
Well, there's that too. Yeah. Well, that's when you take, you do the mobile thing where you take a picture of it.
Oh, is that possible?
Hang it on the wall.
Is that even possible? Oh, I didn't even know what this technology is doing.
And I'm following this guy's technology. He's our tech guy. This is what frightens me.
That's what frightens you?
That's that's why we have the mute button.
Exactly.
Folks, you have no idea how many times I have to mute this man.
I am offensive.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I know.
At any rate, Tim.
Yes.
That's all I've got. You can continue to ramble on. I'm going to go take a nap.
Oh, I think that sounds like a good idea. I think I'll go do that too. Let's not even end the show. We'll just put down the mic and walk away. Let it roll.
The mic was too expensive to just drop like
we don't do that. No, these things are valuable and important.
Maybe to us, the listeners are like, drop the mic. Please drop the mic.
That's all right. They've already thrown down their headphones and walked away.
Probably.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoopTim, on Facebook at Tim ResortLoop Scott, and the website ResortLoop.com.
I'm ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to like us over on Facebook. We'd really appreciate that. And rate us on iTunes. We'd appreciate that as well. And where else can they listen, Tim?
You can always find us on the Stitcher. Everybody, thanks for joining us. This has been a rambling gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.